behalf of BDO, I'd like to thank COL Financial for organizing this event. And I'd like to thank everyone for coming here this afternoon. I just hope that I don't bore you this afternoon with what I'm about to present. Now, before we continue, I'd like to request that you please indulge me as I go through the introduction or a short history of BDO. You know, for us to appreciate the business moving forward, it'll be good to look at its past.
And so I'm sure everybody would be familiar with BDO, but as a way of introduction, BDO is the country's largest full-service bank whose service span from traditional banking to the more complicated or sophisticated M&A or project finance deals, up to our non-allied business, which includes insurance and leasing. BDO is also part of the SM Group, one of the country's large conglomerates. And BDO has a wide distribution network of over 800 branches, and both locally and internationally, and more than 2,200 ATMs. And lastly, BDO has a market capitalization of over $6.7 billion as of March 20, 2014. Now let us elaborate on each point. As a full-service bank, BDO has a complete suite of financial products and services which caters to the individual needs of our corporate, institutional, and retail clients. All these are available to our clients under one roof and under one brand, BDO. In a relatively short span of time, BDO has achieved scale and has a wide reach to efficiently service our growing clientele. With 819 branches nationwide, come on, there you go. Our strategy is to tap and cover new markets outside of Metro Manila, where we believe is where the growth areas are situated. As far as offshore opportunities are concerned, we are currently focused on following where our Philippine clients have businesses in. As part of the SM Group, we also harness synergies. We have integrated their what we call retail DNA. What is this retail DNA? This means that we are making banking accessible and easy for our clients. With this in mind, BDO introduced what we call longer banking hours and weekend banking. We also have joint promotions with SM Retail to make banking a more pleasurable experience. So with this, it'll be interesting to know a short history of BDO. For those of you who are not familiar, BDO started out as a savings bank when it was acquired by the SM Group during the mid-70s. The initial objective is to have BDO support SM Retail's business. But being the visionary that he is, Mr. Henry C. saw the opportunity to grow the group's banking franchise. From the time BDO acquired its commercial and universal banking license during the mid-90s, there was no turning back. BDO had to achieve scale in order to dominate. And the only way to achieve this is at that time was through M&As. Thus, BDO started acquiring medium-sized banks such as Dow Heng, First E-Bank, and UOB Philippines. But it was not until its merger with the country's third largest bank in 2007 that BDO became a player to reckon with in the financial industry. Later on, BDO became the first bank to hit the 1 trillion mark in terms of total resources in 2010. Other notable achievements, of course, followed. Now let's go to the financial highlights. In 2013, net income grew by 56% to hit 22 billion peso. This was mainly due to the growth of our core businesses, accompanied by notable trading gains. Core business, as what I guess Joel was alluding to, is what we call quality earnings, sustainable earnings. Total resources increased by 35%, hitting 1.7 trillion, supported by a rise in loans by 19% to surpass the 900 billion mark. On the other hand, our deposits surged to 1.3 trillion, or equivalent to a 44% expansion. In the meantime, our assets under management is currently at 770 billion, still the largest in the industry. And BDO's capital stands at 164 billion, more than the minimum regulatory requirement, and is Basel III ready. This also means that we are well poised to take advantage of the growing opportunities in the marketplace. Now that you are familiar with our history, and of course our 2013 financial results, we can now proceed to look ahead. And since most information is a thing of the past, let's move forward. What would be a more interesting question is, what is there to look forward to in our line of business? Unlike the retail or property businesses of SM, where you can see and touch the finished goods or products, banking and finance is relatively boring. What is there to see and feel except the numbers? However, with 80% of the Philippine bankable population still untapped, there is just so much opportunity for growth, if you get what I mean. Therefore, I'd like to present the following highlights for your investment consideration as far as BDO is concerned. First of all, BDO is the country's leading full-service bank. We also have a largest scale and a well-balanced revenue platform. Again, the key is quality earnings. And Mr. Shaw touched on this as well. The company with a strong and stable balance sheet. But again, what do all these mean? For one, as the country's largest full-service bank, we are likely to be providing banking services to most of the banking public, including yourselves. We're also the largest, be in the loans department or category, the deposit category or low-cost deposits, or the fund management category. BDO also caters to the needs of our OFW as seen through our ranking in the remittance business. We also lead in cash management and trade services. And BDO is also a major player in the credit card business, while being the first in investment banking through our subsidiary, BDO Capital. We continue to build on scale in order to make banking more reachable to the banking public. In 2013, we opened 52 new branches, of which 60% are outside Metro Manila, where, as I mentioned earlier, are the faster growing markets the faster growing markets are located. We also adjusted the numbers of branches that fall under the extended banking hours and weekend banking. Our branch network is the bank's main source of low-cost deposits, which is needed to support our loan business. It also enables us to cross-sell other banking products that will generate stable fee income base. And lastly, these branches also act as a main source of market and credit intelligence to support both businesses mentioned earlier. You see, in the Philippines, it's mostly the informal sector. But with these branches, we're able to be prudent in our lending activity. By the way, moving forward, BDO plans to continue its expansion of around 40 to 50 branches moving forward. Of course, other channels, as they say, you have to be in. Other banking channels to make banking more accessible would include the setup of over 400 new ATMs in 2013, and of course, online mobile banking via phone or even the internet. As you could see, that's not my picture, it's Sir Chief. At least you're awake. Thanks for that laughter. Oh, it's you. I know you. Okay, as a result of our branch expansion, our total deposits grew by 44%, of which is mostly of 60% are in low-cost deposits. The growth in deposits, of course, is supported by our loan business, and therefore, we continue to outpace the industry at 19% versus the industry's average of 16.4%. Clicker. There you go. But again, in the loans business, we're also very focused. We continue to focus on the faster growing sectors, namely the middle market, for their small business loans, term loans, and of course, working capital loans. Another fast growing sector in the consumer lending sector is the consumer lending, rather, of which it's growing by more than 15%. It is the home mortgage loans, auto loans, and of course, credit cards and personal loans. Because of these, we have a solid intermediation business, which we believe earnings from net interest income will continue to grow. So far, we've grown by 20% year on year. Another part of our core business would be our fee-based income. We project our fee-based income to continue growing the mid-teens as well, since there will be more cross-selling opportunities with the continued expansion of our branch network. Fee-based income is mainly derived from our investment and wealth management business, transaction banking business, which includes payments, electronic banking, cash management, and branch banking, bank assurance and insurance brokerage businesses, and of course, investment banking. Investment and wealth management is also part of that. And let me just introduce to you what forms part of that. Trust and investment, which sells various unit trust funds. We also have a private bank, which adopts an open architecture in the development and distribution of various investment products. And finally, investment management and advisory services. We mentioned remittance. We're number one. We have more than 37% market share as far as the remittance business is concerned. We help a lot of OFWs in receiving and even sending funds across the board. In support of our remittance business, BDO is present in almost 40 countries through subsidiaries and offices and institutional tie-ups. While onshore, BDO has 819 branches and over 2,200 ATMs and 6,000 remittance channels to support this business. From our treasury business, we continue to also look forward to some recurring trading and FX income gains or fees. These are mostly coming from client brokerage businesses. Oops. There you go. There are flows from FX, fixed income, and swap requirements of our clients, and these are relatively stable in nature. With all these three core business growing steadily, we believe that 80 to 85% of our income source is recurring in nature. Once again, hence, recurring in nature, quality earnings. And this is needed in a sustainable business. On the other hand, we spoke about credit, or Joel spoke about credit a while ago. See, I'm trying to learn from you too, sir. We talked about credit, and in this case, our business is supported by a good asset quality or improving asset quality. Our asset quality continues to improve as NPL ratios continue to decline. Current levels at 1.6%, while our NPL cover continues to rise since BDO adopts a conservative provisioning strategy. So even as we continue to expand our credit business, we're also prudent in trying to mitigate any potential risk associated with this. And lastly, we have a strong capital base which will be able to support the bank's future loan growth. At a 15.8 capital adequacy ratio and a 14.6% Tier 1 ratio, these are higher than the minimum regulatory requirement of 10%. And outside of this, yes, we are Basel III ready. Don't take my word for it. As a matter of fact, BDO has been recognized in 2013 by the Bankers Top 1000 World Banks for its Tier 1 capital structure. So, in summary, given the positive macroeconomic backdrop, we see sustainable earnings coming from our core businesses moving forward. Together with an enhanced operating platform, a strong balance sheet, and a solid capital base, we believe that BDO is in a good position to take advantage of the opportunities that lie ahead. The results of our strategy has been positive, and this can be seen through the continued rise in our bottom line. And of course, the bank's notable achievements have also been cited by various award-giving publications, such as Best Asian Bank. This award is regarded and we hold highly simply because it's the first award from Finance Asia which was given to a Philippine bank. Of course, Best Bank in the Philippines, consistently. Best Retail Bank in the Philippines. Best Private Bank in the Philippines. And Best Investment Bank in the Philippines. Of course, our chairperson was also cited for numerous awards, as you see there. And so, as a parting word, let me share with you, as inspired by Mr. Shaw and Joel and Pepe, who has lots of quotes, I will create my own rehashed, modified Chinese proverb. And it goes something like this. You can only share your lunch with your friend, but it is your friend who is the only one who can decide to eat it or not. I'm sharing this with you. The rest, of course, is up to you. We hope you were able to get some important insights about the bank's business prospects, and we continue to look forward to a productive year ahead. Thank you.